Hey, what's up, beat hackers? So in this week's video, I'm going to teach you how to do a remix on a fly. Basically taking one track and mixing it into a completely different track to create a brand new version of the track that none of your audience will have ever heard before. Pretty exciting stuff. Let's get straight into it. Okay guys, so I just wanted to say, if you're brand new to this and you want to get 10 times better at DJing, make sure you go and check out beginnerdjlessons.com. And if you love this kind of remixing stuff and you want to actually start getting into producing your own tracks, your own mashups, go and check out edmcoaching.com, where I've got a whole online music school to teach you everything you need to know about producing amazing music. So let's get straight into it. So essentially what we're going to do is we're going to be taking a riff of one song and kind of playing it over a completely different track in order to kind of create this third track that nobody's ever heard before, which is a really cool area of DJing when you start getting into it. And this is a basic technique you can start applying in your own DJ sets. So what is the ingredients we're going to need? We're going to need track A with a kind of melody, a melodic part to it, and track B with a part of the track that doesn't really have much of a melody, because it all comes down to not wanting to be clashing frequencies. You'd never like remix one track with singing over another track with singing, because it's just confusing to listen to and there's too many frequencies getting in each other's way. So that's why we need one track with more of a melody and one track without a melody. The two tracks I've got here is Lighted Up by Major Lazer. We all know that one. And then the other track is a deep house version of a Mario Winans track, I Don't Want to Know, which sounds a little bit like this. To myself, I don't want to know if you play. So it's more like a bass line and vocals, no kind of melody going on top of it. So let's get straight into it. First thing you want to do is chop up your melody by putting different cue points on. So I've put a cue point here, one here. And I also went to the part of the song where it kind of gets a bit heavier, and I think there may even be a bit of a key change. So that's the kind of riffs I'm going to be playing over this track over here. So the next thing you want to do, make sure they're the same speed. So that's 104. I'm going to make this one 104 as well. And one other tip I want to give you as well is if you hit shift and hot cue, it goes into this cue loop, which basically means you've got the same hot cues as you do back here, but in this version, it puts loops on them. So if you click that, it now instantly puts a loop on, and I can dictate how big or small that loop is. So this is another area that you may want to experiment with, because when you're playing it, you may want to jump through and change the speed of the loops and stuff like this. So there you go. You've got two different things you can play around with here till your heart is content. Right, now let's just jump straight in, and I'm going to give you a demonstration of exactly how this works. One last thing I want to tell you is you may want to remove as many frequencies from track A as you can, so it really doesn't interfere with track B. So I'm going to get rid of the lows. We don't need the lows, we only need the high frequencies. I could potentially even cut a bit of the mids. And what we're going to want as well is maybe a bit more, whenever you're kind of chopping in sounds, if the sound just comes in and goes straight away, it can sound a bit clinical. So adding a little bit of reverb into a sound will give it a bit more of a natural feel, and it'll sound a bit more airy, which will float on top of that other track a bit better. So let me give you an example.
Somebody said they saw you. The person you were kissing wasn't me, and I will never ask you. I just kept it to myself. I don't wanna know if you're playing me. Keep it on the low, 'cause my heart can't take it anymore. And if you're breathing, please don't let it show. Oh,
you go, guys. As you can see, I'm just playing around. I'm just kind of playing my DJ decks almost like an instrument, just triggering off these samples, using loops. I was even using the filter feature over here just to kind of filter out the sounds and bring it back in whenever I felt I needed to add a bit more tension. And as you could see, I was just playing around and having fun with it. That is basically the basis of where all remixes kind of come from. It's just kind of having a play around and going, whoa, that sounds really cool, that sound over that track over there. Now you can go and get these 2 tracks if you want, or you can just go and follow my theory on how this all works and try it out with whatever tracks you want and just have fun with it. That's basically what this is all about. So hopefully you've learned something new from this. You've got a new little skill you can go away and just have a play around with, potentially even start adding it into some of your DJ sets if you want to. If you find 2 song combinations that work really well together, make sure you leave it in the comment section below so I can go and have a go of it myself. And also other DJs can come and check out that combination. We can all share ideas, that'd be really cool. Finally, if you like videos like this and you want to see more of them, make sure you hit that button there to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell notification so you get told about future videos. Hit that button down there if you want to go and watch some free DJ training right now. And finally, click this button below if you want to get some advice for what DJ should be doing during this weird pandemic we're all going through. See you in next week's video. Ciao for now.